Hello everyone, how are you? I think all of you are doing fine. So, it is the first day for the Basic of Cloud Computing series with dot question mark, and it is a part of our Learn initiative, which is like a year-long initiative under the trademark of dot question mark. So, uh, not delaying the session, I would like to invite Saksham, who is the mentor for the session. And Saksham will be here to guide you about the basics of cloud computing, and Sarthak Jain, along with him, will also be your mentor for the course. So let us welcome Sarthak and Saksham into today's stream, and let us continue with today's session. So Sarthak and Saksham, you are on live, and anything you want to
Okay,
tell to the
great.
audience?
Sure. Thank you, Sudhit sir. So, a very good evening to one and all. So, my name is Aksham Lamba, and you know that from today we would be organizing a boot camp on AWS. So, this will help you implement the services of cloud platforms, specifically AWS. So you can integrate in your projects and various developments you do in a later on stage. Plus, you would also gain a basic knowledge about what cloud computing is all about, why there is so much hype about this particular technology, and why people are talking about this particular domain. Before starting the session, some juniors and many students come to me and ask me, what is the scope of cloud computing? Many say that it would, this technology would end in a span of 5 to 6 years. But I would tell, even in this pandemic, the cloud business increased by 35%, and it is now, I think, approximately 120 billion, 120 billion dollar project and technology that is being used. And most of the companies are shifting to cloud rather than their on-premises data center. And talking about the job opportunities, the number of skilled professionals in cloud to the number of job openings is very low. So you see, it's like these are the job openings in cloud and these are the number of skilled professionals. And I have opened, in the LinkedIn section, I've opened that would notify me about various job openings in cloud, specifically in India. So each and every day, I'm not exaggerating on this, I get about 30, job openings in India, and all are from AWS. So you see, there is very much demand in of cloud, but the number of skilled professionals are not much. So even if you are focusing on any particular technology, say AI, ML, or DevOps, or blockchain, or IoT, if you have a basic knowledge of cloud, you'll always have an upper hand in industry, and that would always pay you better. So in today's session, I wouldn't be jumping directly into AWS. We would, do practical sessions on the AWS from tomorrow. But as for now, I would give you a basic insight and brush you about the concepts, what cloud is all about, why cloud was introduced, what you say, what are, why are there so much, why there's so much hype about this technology. Okay, I got one question by Rishika. Is cloud computing much about theoretical part rather than coding? Rishika, cloud computing is not about, much about coding. It's like you should have basic knowledges about the services. Talking about AWS only, AWS offers about 250 plus services. So you see, knowing about each and every services that AWS offers, and implementing them properly, integrating them, is a much real task. And cloud does not involve that much of coding part. So even if you are not that much into competitive coding or coding stuff, you can opt for cloud computing. So yeah, that
So,
has
Saksham,
an
before
advantage.
starting today's session, I would like to ask you a
Yeah,
question, and I think the audience have the same question. Like, there
sure.
is computer science, there is a domain of computer science, that is core computer science, and then there are other domains like DevOps, be it cloud, be it big data, or be it other domains. So, what will be the advantage to the students after learning the cloud, which they were not able to get after learning the core computer science? What will be the extra advantage of cloud computing over to that? Without explaining much things about cloud, what will be the major advantage? Just tell the advantage, because they will get to know about cloud computing in your lecture as well.
Sure. Cloud is the only technology that has become a requirement to integrate with each and every technology. So even if you're working with AI ML, cloud computing is like providing resources to other consumers, to other technologies, so that they can implement what they have done, implement their projects, implement their development skills, etc., etc. So in AI ML there is cloud. With DevOps there is cloud. With blockchain, with IoT, with each and every particular technology, cloud can be integrated. So even if you, as I said before also, that even if you have interest in some other technologies, say AI, ML, or any other, you should have a basic insight of cloud computing. Because now, as of now, all of the MNCs, big organizations, big MNCs are shifting to cloud rather than their on-premises data center. So it's like each and every organization, each and every company, each and every technology is using cloud as for now. So it has become a requirement for what you say professionals to learn about cloud. And that's what I said. The number of job openings is so much, but the number of skilled professionals in cloud is not that much. So yeah, that's the one advantage that you get. It can be integrated with each and every technology. And plus, as I said, it does not
Section
involve that much of
now.
coding. So
Now let us start with the cloud computing session and proceed further with the
yeah,
session. So you can share your
sure.
screen.
Just a second, I have got one here. Vidit Mangal. Well, deployment is a small part of cloud. You can do much things about monitoring, providing. Yes, Vidit. As I said, AWS offers 250 plus services. When I would show you the console, it has a different section for AR, VR. It has different section for satellites, for robotics, for APIs, for deployments, for storage, containers, Docker, uh, DevOps, blockchain, IoT. That the list goes on and on. So deployment is small part. So yeah, that is correct. AWS has a lot, cloud computing has a lot to offer, and you would get to know in further, lectures that are coming. So, is cloud computing more important than AI/ML? Well, see, each and every technology is important, but it's like cloud is can integrate with every technology. It has become a requirement. So okay,
So
guys, I think
I
we should.
we
Yeah,
should
hello.
continue with the session, guys.
Sure,
I
sure.
think we should continue with the session, guys. At last, we will take all your doubts. We have ample amount of time to take all your doubts. So I think we should start with the session first.
Sure. I'll just share my screen.
Till then, Saksham is sharing his screen now. If there is any doubt, I
Uh,
can take. Okay,
is
now
it
it is
visible?
okay. Okay,
Okay,
Saksham, good.
great.
You are good to go. Good to go. Good to go.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, consider a scenario when cloud computing wasn't introduced. Okay, we are living in an era where there was no, insight about cloud. Nobody knows about what was cloud and what it is all about. It wasn't introduced. And assume another thing, you are, a owner of a big MNC, say Flipkart. Okay, Flipkart sells online goods. It has a website. Users interact with website. Put their products in the cart and what you say, buy the goods. Simple as that. But it does not काम तब खत्म नहीं होता सिर्फ वेबसाइट बना के. You should have servers also, because it's the servers that manage the requests of the customers. So you have to deploy a website into server. एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक कि ठीक है एक दो सर्वर हो जाएंगे, मैं अपनी वेबसाइट एक दो सर्वर में डिप्लॉय कर दूंगा, इट्स ओवर. You have millions and millions of users. You're owner of Flipkart. Obviously, all around the globe, millions and millions of users would be interacting with your website. So you would be requiring a whole data center for that. A data center is like collection of thousands and thousands of servers. And buying thousands and thousands of servers, installing them, having proper land for the data center requires a lot of investments. So just a second. The first problem that was before cloud was stack of servers. You need to buy a huge data center, install a lot of servers in that, huge investment needed. And it wasn't what you say, affordable by small businesses, small startups, because they have just started, and buying such a huge stack of servers, installing the data center requires a lot of cost. First problem was that huge investments required. Second problem, managing and monitoring. ओके, यू वुड थिंक ठीक है, मेरा डेटा सेंटर है, मेरा सर्वर्स है, मेरी वेबसाइट होस्टेड है, सर्वर्स में यूजर्स इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं, मेरा काम हो गया, इट्स फिनिश्ड. नो, यू हैव टू मैनेज द सर्वर्स, you have to monitor the servers. At last, servers are machines only, so they can get down at any time. You have to dedicate a whole bunch of team to the to the data center that would maintain the temperature of the servers. You see, that would also, if any server is down by any chance or is not working efficiently, the team should ensure that it is up and running as soon as possible. So other than focusing on your core business, you have also a thought in your back end that okay, मेरे servers ठीक चल रहे हैं कि नहीं, मेरी website ठीक hosted है कि नहीं, user interact कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. So you see, the time and money get distributed. So a lot of money and a lot of time invested in managing and monitoring also. The second problem. थर्ड इज द वेरिएबल ट्रैफिक. आप लोगों ने देखा होगा कि फ्लिपकार्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेस बिग बिलियन डेज, sales on products and goods. So obviously when there is sales on various goods and products, the number of users increase. So earlier कैसा था कि 2 million what you say servers थे, and the number of users were say 5 million. So 2 million servers managing a request of 5 million users. Now it's like after the introduction of sale, it's like 2 million servers managing the request of 15 million users. So obviously, and these number of users increase in a snap of second, just like that. But you can't increase the servers in at a very short time. You need to buy those servers. You need to install them properly. You need to what you say manage the connection between them, host the website. It requires a lot of time. So the load on the servers increases because the incoming workload has also increased. सो जब लोड बढ़ जाएगा, सर्वर्स के पास लिमिटेड कैपेसिटी है, ऑब्वियसली सर्वर डाउन हो जाएंगे. जब सर्वर्स डाउन हो जाएंगे द वेबसाइट वुड क्रैश. जब वेबसाइट क्रैश हो जाएगी द यूजर्स वुडंट बी एबल टू इंटरेक्ट विद द वेबसाइट. एंड हु इज द एट लॉस एट द एंड? ऑब्वियसली द प्रोड्यूसर, यू हैव टू फेस a lot of loss because website down है, यूजर इंटरेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. So that was a major what you say problem, variable traffic. And it's not like कि incoming workload increase ही कर रहा है, incoming workload decrease भी कर सकता है. So say 2 million servers थे, अब number of users decrease हो गया 1 million. So extra 1 जो million servers थे, they are just idle. They are consuming lot of energy, electricity power, your team's effort. उनके देखना पड़ेगा servers को कि वो चल रहे हैं कि नहीं, even though they are not doing any work. और उससे सिंपली बंद भी नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज what if the number of users increase, what if the number of workload increases? So that much extra amount you have to pay. That was a major problem, variable traffic. So these were the major what you say problems that were before cloud. Lot of investment required, managing and monitoring variable traffic. How did cloud provide solution to these problems? How did cloud revolutionized this technical world? So before that, I would just explain what is cloud computing, why there is so much hype about this particular technology. Great. Cloud computing is made of two words, cloud and computing. Well, by computing, I think you must know that computing means providing computing resources like storage, power, network bandwidth, APIs, monitoring, data analytics, all of that. The computing resources. The word cloud, that's interesting one. What this particular technology is called cloud computing, and why not other? Okay, I just want to ask one question from the audience. What's the one thing that is present all around the globe? No matter you are sitting at with what location, North Pole में हो, South Pole में, Equator में हो, USA, Europe, Japan, कहीं पर भी हो, what's that one thing that is common throughout the world, that is present at every location? If you can answer in the chat. What's that one particular thing that is present at each and every location? Okay. Other than internet. Data, great, okay, good. Air, satellites, air, good. Okay, I'll just explain. The one thing that is present at each and every location is cloud. जहाँ पर भी जाओ क्लाउड आपको मिलेंगे. ऐसा तो नहीं कि अच्छा इस रीजन में क्लाउड है, इस रीजन में क्लाउड है ही नहीं. It's obviously present. Cloud is present at every location. And so as the internet, as mentioned by someone in the chat. Internet is present all around the globe. वो मैटर कर सकता है कि नेटवर्क बैंडविड्थ कहीं जगह कम हो, कहीं जगह ज़्यादा हो, बट इट इज़ प्रेजेंट. It is due to internet that all of the technical world is connected. And so cloud computing came into picture. Cloud means internet. So if you combine these two words, cloud computing means providing of computing resources to the users over the internet. So for example, I am the user, I go to say AWS and ask AWS, okay, AWS, I want these number of servers. Okay, AWS provide me that computing resources. And how do we communicate? How do AWS provide me those resources? It's over the internet. So providing of resources over the internet is cloud computing. In a very nutshell, in a very basic manner, I could explain that. That is cloud computing technology all about. And as far as how cloud computing provides solution to those three major problems, first one was huge investment. With cloud computing, you don't have to buy that much of stack of servers, say thousands servers, installing of data center. That is not required. You just go to any cloud platform, say AWS, and ask them, okay, I want these number of servers because I want to host my website. AWS rents those servers to you, and you can host your website. So it's like your website is hosting on AWS servers. And obviously, किसी ने आपको कुछ चीज रेंट करी है, that would be much cheaper than buying that particular thing. So it was very beneficial for small startups and businesses because they could use that amount of servers. So huge investments, problem solved. Second was managing monitoring. Each and every service that any cloud platform provides is managed and monitored by that particular cloud platform. So for example, AWS ने मुझे server assign किया. So वो servers का management, whether they are working fine or not, whether temperature in the data center is fine or not, each and everything would be maintained and monitored by AWS particularly. So we as a manufacturer can focus on my core business only, increase my profit. सो मेरे दिमाग में वो नहीं रहेगा कि ठीक है मुझे डेटा और सर्वर्स मेंटेन मैनेज करने, टेम्परेचर सही चल रहे नहीं, सर्वर्स सही चल रहे कि नहीं, मुझे अपनी व्हाट यू से आई डोंट हैव टू डेडिकेट अ whole bunch of team to just to manage the servers. Second problem solved. Third is the variable traffic. There is one important feature of cloud computing, that is scaling and elasticity. By this I mean, वही एग्जाम्पल ले लेते हैं, बिग बिलियन डेज आया, नंबर ऑफ यूजर्स इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं, बहुत ट्रैफिक आ गया एकदम से, एंड योर वेबसाइट इज होस्टेड ऑन AWS सर्वर्स. By just snap of fingers, AWS can increase the number of servers. So if users increase by 5 to 10 million, servers would automatically increase from 5 to 10 million. I as a producer would say AWS, ठीक है AWS, अगर 500 से ज़्यादा यूजर्स आए तो ऑटोमेटिकली सर्वर्स बढ़ जाने चाहिए. So as soon as the number of users become 501, the servers would increase, and similarly the servers would decrease. Jesse users come away, the AWS would automatically deprovision the servers that were provided to me. So cost may be effective hoga. I have to pay only for the servers that I use. So you see, all three problems were solved. Huge investments not required. Monitoring and managing all done by the cloud platform. Variable traffic all managed by the cloud. So this was the major advantage of cloud computing. Very basic of cloud. And cloud was there are so many services. I said 250 plus services in AWS alone, and there is GCP, there is Microsoft Azure, there is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, there is Rackspace, so many. So you can imagine the number and count of services. So this is a basic introduction of cloud computing. So if anyone has any doubt in this particular section or any query, please do shoot. There's one question from Angel. What does GoDaddy do when he sells website? Okay. Angel, there is a concept of cloud broker. What is, and very good example is GoDaddy. What does GoDaddy do is that it acts as a mediator between the cloud platform and the users. So जब GoDaddy provide करता है what you say domains and hosting platform, that is from other cloud platform. So and when people think that जब लोगों को directly cloud platform से interact नहीं करना पड़ता, they interact with the broker. So GoDaddy is like a mediator between the users and the cloud platform. उसका खुद का डेटा सेंटर नहीं है, उनका खुद का डेटा सेंटर नहीं है, उनका खुद का क्लाउड नहीं है, वो किसी और क्लाउड के प्लेटफॉर्म के रिसोर्सेज यूज करके यूजर्स को प्रोवाइड करता है. दैट्स वन मेजर व्हाट यू से व्हाट डज क्लाउड GoDaddy do. But where the all data was stored at any physical server. Rishabh, if you're talking about before cloud, yes, it was stored in the data center. All of
So
the yes,
actually
in
the
the
question
physical
is
server.
like that. The data is stored in cloud as to us, but actually is the data stored in any physical server, or where is the actual data stored in the case of cloud computing?
Of scalability means increasing and decreasing the manually. So disadvantages as such, I think there is no disadvantage of scaling. I think we should. I think we are good to go. If there is any more problems or temperature affect the data center. Yashasvi, temperature is one major disadvantage to data center. What do you say? Servers. इतने सारे सर्वर्स हैं, इतनी सारी रिक्वेस्ट आ रही हैं, ऑब्वियसली सर्वर्स हीट हो जाते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा हीट हो जाते हैं, और जब हीट हो जाते हैं मशीन है, इट लीड्स टू वेयर एंड टेयर ऑफ व्हाट यू से सर्वर्स. सो इट माइट की दैट एकदम से बहुत टेम्परेचर राइज हो गया, द सर्वर्स विल ऑटोमेटिकली गो डाउन. So huge ACs are installed in data center to maintain that particular temperature. Okay, I think we are good to go now.
Yes, we are good to go with the next topic. And section, there was a bit of voice tracking in between. So, Rishabh, if
Okay.
you face something like voice tracking, no need to worry because these were only the Q&A session, and further we will look
Am I
over.
audible now properly? If anyone can
Yes, yes.
confirm from the
Now,
side.
now it is clearly audible.
Okay, great, great. I think we can move further. So these, were this till now it was basics of cloud, and why cloud was introduced, how it was used to solve the problems. Now, why cloud? What are the major features and advantages of cloud? First one, ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means that the resources of cloud computing can be accessed from each and every location throughout the world, no matter what. आप कहीं भी बैठो, किसी भी लोकेशन में बैठो, अगर आपके पास internet connection obviously, you can access the services of cloud. It's not like that नहीं कर पाएंगे, and some other region. So cloud resources are really available. So even if it's like 2 a.m. in the night and you are at very emergency to host your website, you by just few clicks of mouse, you can have your own configured server from AWS. It's the services are available 24/7. So there is no availability. That's a very important feature of cloud. Elasticity are both the same thing, that if the number of users increase, the amount of resources would also increase to manage the incoming workload. And similarly, if the amount of workload incoming traffic decreases, the amount of resources provided by the cloud platform also decreases. But the one fine line between scalability and elasticity is that means manually, increasing and decreasing of resources. So if I opt for scalability, what I do is that me as a manufacturer would go and tell AWS कि AWS अगर इतने से ज़्यादा workload आया तो automatically decrease कर देना, पर अगर इतने threshold से कम हुआ incoming traffic, so you should decrease the workload. That's scale. खुद जाना पड़ेगा AWS को बताने के लिए कि कब इंक्रीज करने रिसोर्सेज, कब इलास्टिसिटी मींस ऑटो स्केलिंग. व्हाट यू से ध्यान हो रहा है तो सर्विस resources that you use. So if the number of workload and number of incoming traffic कम हो गया है, amount of resources that you use and for the time duration you use, no extra money would be charged. Last is easy
Section,
to use.
can you please
As I said,
explain from scalability and elasticity?
Scalability and
Can you
elasticity.
explain
Okay,
again
great.
from scalability and elasticity? All the topics that you covered after scalability were not clear.
Okay, am I audible? I think there is a network issue from my side. Am I clearly audible
Yes, yes.
now?
Please don't switch the slides. Only stay on this slide and explain it again from scalability.
Okay, great. No problem. Scalability and elasticity means, as I said, scalability means manually increasing and decreasing resources. That means मुझे manually जाना पड़ेगा AWS को बोलने के लिए कि ठीक है, अगर इतने से ज़्यादा वर्कलोड इंक्रीज हुआ तो यू शुड इंक्रीज द रिसोर्सेज, और अगर इतने से ज़्यादा वर्कलोड डिक्रीज हुआ, AWS should automatically decrease the resource. AWS को पता है इसको. Elasticity means AWS ऑटोमेटिकली स्केल करता है. मुझे AWS के पास जाना नहीं पड़ेगा और बोलना नहीं पड़ेगा ठीक है कि AWS की मुझे इंक्रीज रिसोर्सेज करो, डिक्रीज कर दो रिसोर्सेज. AWS ऑटोमेटिकली मैनेज ऑल ऑफ दैट. Pay as you go feature, I think this word automatically speaks for itself. Yes. Pay, or still there's lag. Okay. Just a second. I just close my camera. Is it fine now? If anyone can confirm.
Yes, section start with the series.
Hello, am I audible now? Okay, from
Yes,
pay
yes.
to go. Okay, from pay to go. Okay, thank you, Shravanti. Pay as you go, I think the phrase speaks for itself कि you have to pay, आपको उतने ही पैसे देने पड़ेंगे जितना आप resources use करो. For example, वही scaling और resources कर लेते हैं. For example, the number of जो users हैं वो decrease हो गए, तो ऑब्वियसली आपको उतने सर्विस रिक्वायर नहीं होंगे, जो AWS आपको प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. So yeah, AWS would automatically reduce the servers, and you have to pay only for the resources that you use and for the time duration that you use. That is pay as you go feature. Easy to use. I must say that tomorrow we would be conducting a practical session on hosting a website on EC2 using S3 and IAM. I can assure you, by just few clicks of mouse, you can have your own configured server from AWS. It's that easy to use. It's not like कि आपको professionals hire करने पड़ेंगे कि okay, help me what you say, integrate cloud to my technology. It's very simple to integrate. So these are the major features. Ubiquitous means can be accessed from anywhere. Availability, 24/7 availability of resources. Scalability and elasticity, जब increase करना है resources, it can be done. जब decrease करना है, it can be done very easily. Pay as you go, you have to pay only for the services you use and for the time duration of you use. Easy to use, it no professional, no required. You must have just a basic knowledge about cloud and what it is all about. Simple as that. Okay, great. I think I can proceed further. Deployment models. Now, cloud as a whole, there are various types of cloud as well. You see, there is one public cloud, there is one private cloud, there is one hybrid cloud. So various types of cloud are there. I just explain you. First one is the public cloud. Okay, I just explain you with an example here. Everyone must have used public taxi. It is available to everyone. Uber use करा होगा, Ola use करा होगा. आप book करो, you use the service and you pay for the service that you use. It is available for the general public. ऐसा तो नहीं कि ठीक है इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन के लोग टैक्सीज एक्सेस नहीं कर पाएंगे पर इस रीजन के लोग एक्सेस कर पाएंगे. It's not like that. Public taxis are available and for each and everyone. And so is the public cloud. The services that are offered by the public cloud are available to the general public. General public means me, you, or anyone. Just you must have a proper internet connection and you must pay for the time duration user service. It is available to everyone. And who are the third party vendors that offer this? In case of public taxi, it's the driver that provide you the service. But in case of cloud, it's like what you say, cloud providers like, as I mentioned, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Alibaba Cloud. These are the public cloud providers. Now, there are many advantages of public cloud. First one being availability of resources. AWS alone has 25 data centers all around the globe, and each data center I think has thousand and thousand servers. Facebook ka data center is as large as an Eiffel Tower, so you can imagine what would be the amount of 25 data centers all around the globe. So availability of resources, it's like unlimited. You can have any amount of resources. First and third second point is easily scalable. जब availability of resources है, obviously resources आराम से scale up भी कर सकते हैं, scale down भी कर सकते हैं. So it's as easy as that. And the last one important feature of this is very cheap. The services that are provided by public cloud are really cheap, and it can be what you say used by anyone. कोई startup हो, कोई small business हो, it can be done very easily. So that is public cloud all about. It is available to the general public. The second one being the private cloud. Okay, most of you must have your own car. Okay, for example, मेरी अपनी private car है. So वो कार से मैं या मेरी फैमिली यूज कर सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि ठीक है वो कोई भी जनरल रैंडम पर्सन आया मेरी कार में बैठ गया और उससे कहा ठीक मुझे यहाँ जाना है, आई एम लाइक ओके ठीक है चलते हैं ऐसे. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट, बट it's like it can be used only by me or my family only. It's private to me, and it's not available to the general public. Same is with the private cloud. Private cloud means what you say, an MNC and an organization have their own data center, their private data center, और उस data center में ही वो अपना क्या बोलते हैं cloud environment configure कर देते हैं. That particular data center में they configure their own what you say cloud environment. And that resources can be used only by the companies and MNCs employees only. It's not available to the general public. And you must ask कि इसकी ज़रूरत क्या है, बेफालतू अपना डेटा सेंटर लाना पड़ेगा, फिर क्लाउड इन्वायरमेंट कॉन्फ़िगर करना पड़ेगा. वाई नॉट यूज पब्लिक क्लाउड फॉर दैट? रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल है, बल्कि उसके ज़्यादा एडवांटेजेस हैं. स्केलेबल है, अनलिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज है, चीप भी है. प्राइवेसी एंड सिक्योरिटी कम्स इनटू पिक्चर है. Big MNCs, huge organizations have confidential data. They can't just host their data into some public cloud infrastructure. Consider example of Russia. रशिया का डिफेंस सिस्टम होगा, रशिया उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन होगी, data about their data about their soldiers, data about where the weaponry all of it is stored, data about where all the soldiers live and where currently they are deployed. अब you think that all of that data center is stored in AWS. AWS is from USA. Russia ka all the military data is stored in the USA data center. Imagine that, how funny is that? It can't be that. Obviously ठीक है, security feature provide करता है public cloud, but not that much कि किसी country का military system, किसी country का military information किसी और country में store हो. So that is the major problem, that security comes into picture. So what would any organization do? As I said before, it would have its own data center. उसमें cloud environment configure करेंगे, and it is used only by their employees, not anyone. Obviously इसमें disadvantage ये है कि data center है, limited data center होगा तो limited resources होंगे. So it is not that much scalable. It is scalable, but इतना नहीं as compared to public cloud. So scalability comes into picture, or availability of resources, it's there, but not that much. Consider AWS के पास 25 data center, or as compared to one data center. Obviously public cloud would offer more of the resources, more availability of resources, and more scaling. Plus private cloud में थोड़ा costing का भी रह जाता है, क्योंकि you have to have your own data center, you have to have your own servers, monitor managing खुद करना पड़ता है. So that comes into the picture. So the major difference between these two is security and confidentiality that comes into picture. That's why it is used by that's why organizations use private cloud, and it is mostly used by huge organizations, big MNCs, and especially countries' defense system or very important data they have to store. So that is private cloud. And the third one is hybrid cloud. Okay, hybrid cloud is like combination of both public and private cloud. It's like ठीक है, मेरे पास मेरी कार है, और during the daytime I use it as my private own car. So during the daytime सिर्फ मैं use कर सकता हूँ या मेरी family use कर सकते, कोई random person use नहीं कर सकता. But during night time I think okay ठीक है, मुझे अभी इतना use नहीं है मेरी family को या मुझे, so I can use it as a public taxi. So people can use my car as a public taxi. So that is hybrid cloud. MNCs use hybrid cloud. For example, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसका डेटा इतना, उसका एक सेक्शन ऑफ डेटा है, इतना कॉन्फिडेंशियल नहीं है, इतना सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायर नहीं करता है, तो दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वुड सिंपली पुट दैट अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा इन पब्लिक क्लाउड, क्योंकि इतना कॉन्फिडेंशियल नहीं है, इतनी सिक्योरिटी रिक्वायर नहीं करती है. बट एक सेक्शन ऑफ डेटा है दैट रिक्वायर्स लॉट ऑफ व्हाट यू से प्राइवेसी एंड लॉट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंशियलिटी. तो वो अपना वो डेटा, पर्टिकुलर डेटा अपने प्राइवेट डेटा सेंटर में स्टोर करेगा, प्राइवेट क्लाउड में स्टोर करेगा. सो इट्स लाइक इंटीग्रेटिंग बोथ द फीचर्स ऑफ पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट क्लाउड. जो डेटा इतना कॉन्फिडेंशियल नहीं है, जो इतना प्राइवेसी रिक्वायर नहीं करता है, दैट इज स्टोर्ड इन द पब्लिक क्लाउड. बट द डेटा दैट रिक्वायर्स लॉट ऑफ सिक्योरिटी एंड प्राइवेसी, इट्स स्टोर्ड इन द प्राइवेट क्लाउड. And you think that okay, it's very easy, that it is very easy to hear, but hybrid cloud is very difficult to implement. Connections बनाना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, integrate करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, so it is very complex to implement. Plus obviously public और private cloud के features हैं, तो obviously it has a upper hand in that. बस वही disadvantage है, it is complex to what you say integrate. There's one question, sir. Again, these private cloud have to maintain by organizations. Yes, Shravanti. It is organized. It is managed and monitored by the particular organization only. So, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसका खुद का डेटा सेंटर है, और उस डेटा सेंटर के अंदर ही वो क्लाउड व्हाट यू से इन्वायरमेंट कॉन्फ़िगर करते हैं, और दैट रिसोर्सेज इज ओनली अवेलेबल टू ओनली द एम्प्लॉयज ऑफ देयर व्हाट यू से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो दैट इज प्राइवेट क्लाउड. आई होप आई एम क्लियर अबाउट दैट. So these were the basic deployment models, the various types of cloud, public, private, and hybrid. Moving further, the service models. Cloud में ऐसा होता है कि what you say, बहुत सारे फीचर्स होते हैं. ऐसे मैंने बताया था कि AWS के पास 250 प्लस फीचर्स है. तो कुछ सर्विसेज इस पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन में, मतलब जो सर्विसेज हैं वो सारी वो सेक्शंस पे डिवाइड हो जाती हैं. You say these particular number of services belong to this section. This particular number of services belong to this section. This particular number of services belong to this section. So these sections are called service models. I'll just show you this again. Yeah, it is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Infrastructure as a service में क्या होता है कि what you say, the cloud providers provide you the underlying hardware only, the underlying infrastructure only. Say servers, storage, networking, all of it is provided by infrastructure as a service. नाम ही specify कर रहा है, infrastructure provide कर रहा है, and all of this infrastructure is managed and monitored by the cloud platform only. Rest all of it, the code for the application, the platform to deploy that particular code, the particular application, the operating system that they have to use, the user have to use, is all maintained by the user himself or herself. क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म सिर्फ आपको रिसोर्सेज दे देगा, सर्वर्स दे देगा, नेटवर्किंग दे देगा, स्टोरेज दे देगा, बाकी सब आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. एप्लीकेशन का कोड मैनेज आपको करना पड़ेगा, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कौन सा यूज़ करना है आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा, रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट, उसका डिप्लॉयमेंट मॉडल कौन सा है वो आपको मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. सो दिस इज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस. So other than providing the underlying hardware, underlying infrastructure, say, just a second, other than providing the underlying infrastructure, say servers, networking, storage, other than providing this, cloud platform in PaaS also provide you the runtime environment, the operating system. So it's like कि वही website वाला example, आपने website बना दी, you have written the code for the website, but now you require the runtime, what you say, the environment to deploy your website. वो runtime environment, वो deployment platform is provided by platform as a service. So all the whole platform, the operating system, the underlying infrastructure would be provided and managed by the cloud itself, cloud provider itself. As a user, you have to just write the code for the application and manage the inputs that are coming. That is platform as a service. Platform means वही platform provide करता है cloud. Software as a service. So software as a service includes all the services included in infrastructure as a service. That is data centers, networking, storage. It also includes the runtime platform, the deployment platform for you, and the operating system. And other than this, it also provides you the hosted application. इसको example से समझाता हूँ. Consider Gmail. Everyone use Gmail, okay? It is a cloud service. It is a cloud platform. वो cloud में hosted है. Google का है तो it's hosted on GCP, Google Cloud Platform. What you use Gmail, you receive emails, you send emails, just and your work is done. बट यू डोंट हैव टू मैनेज द अंडरलाइंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. यू डोंट हैव टू मैनेज कि जिसमें जीमेल होस्टेड है, जिस सर्वर में जीमेल होस्ट वो द पर्टिकुलर एप्लीकेशन होस्टेड है वो सही चल रही है कि नहीं, सर्वर चल रहे हैं कि नहीं ठीक. You don't have to manage the platform. जिस प्लेटफॉर्म में जिस डिप्लॉयमेंट रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट में जीमेल होस्टेड है वो ठीक से मैनेज हो रहा है कि नहीं. ऑल्सो यू डोंट हैव टू मैनेज द कोड फॉर जीमेल. आपने ऐसा तो नहीं कि आप कोड जीमेल का चेंज कर सकते हैं कि ठीक है मुझे ये फीचर अच्छा नहीं लगता, मैं कोड में थोड़े चेंजेस कर देता हूँ, ओके इट्स फाइन फॉर मी. You don't have to write the code for Gmail or any other hosted application. So in software as a service, underlying infrastructure is provided and managed by the cloud. The operating system, the runtime environment is provided by the cloud, and the application is itself provided by the cloud. So it's like कि ठीक है ये एक hosted application है, ये सीधा user को दे देते हैं और user use कर देता है for the time duration he or she wants to use. So it's like a complete whole service. यूजर को कुछ मैनेज नहीं करना पड़ता एंड ही और शी हैव टू पे फॉर द टाइम ड्यूरेशन वो यूज कर रहा है सर्विस को. सो दैट आर द वेरियस सर्विस मॉडल्स. आईएस में क्या होता है, अंडरलाइंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिलता है, सर्वर्स मिलता है और अंडरलाइंग हार्डवेयर मिलता है. प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस में एक स्टेप हायर डिप्लॉयमेंट मिलता है, रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट मिलता है, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम मिलता है. सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस में सब कुछ ही क्लाउड दे देता है, इवन द एप्लीकेशन ही क्लाउड दे देता है. So even as a user, you can go to cloud and say that, okay, AWS, I want this website and it should include these number of features. So AWS will make that website hosted on its servers and provide it to you. You just need to pay for that. All of it, rest of the backend is managed by AWS. That are the various service models. और IaaS के examples अगर देना तो first one is the EC2. EC2 is like a server in AWS, and what you say S3 bucket is a storage unit that AWS offers. We would be learning about that. And platform as a service में deployment runtime environments देता है AWS में. और software for example PaaS में हो जाता है lambda functions होते हैं. I would be explaining that in the coming slides. That is a runtime environment that AWS offers. सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस में मैंने एक्सप्लेन करा, जीमेल होता है, ड्रॉपबॉक्स होता है, गूगल ड्राइव होता है, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इज प्रोवाइडेड, द होल एप्लीकेशन इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द क्लाउड. सो दीज आर द वेरियस सर्विस मॉडल्स. ओके ग्रेट. Moving further, cloud providers. Most of you have heard only about mostly three major cloud providers: Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure. There are so many cloud providers right now. There is Alibaba Cloud, there is what you say Rackspace, there is Salesforce, there is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. There is so many cloud providers. But why is that only कि हमें सिर्फ 3 cloud दिमाग में आते हैं: Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure.
Saksham, before
These
starting with cloud providers, can we take some of the questions? Like there are two, three
sure.
questions.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Akshita is saying, then what is the point in creating private cloud? Yes, Akshita, I just explained. A private cloud provides you extra security feature. Because अगर आप पब्लिक क्लाउड में, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया था कि अगर आप पब्लिक क्लाउड में किसी इंडिया का वो है, समझ लो मिलिट्री इन्फॉर्मेशन है, अब ऐसे तो नहीं कि आप किसी पब्लिक क्लाउड में होस्ट कर दोगे. अगर AWS के सर्वर्स में होस्ट करोगे तो आपको पता तो नहीं कि सर्वर वो कहाँ पर है, किस लोकेशन में, इवन वो USA में हो, रशिया में हो, यूरोप में हो. तो इट्स लाइक अपना मिलिट्री सिस्टम, अपने नेशन का मिलिट्री सिस्टम किसी और कंट्री में प्रेजेंट हो, ऑब्वियसली सिक्योरिटी ब्रीच होता है. दैट्स वेयर प्राइवेट क्लाउड कम्स इनटू पिक्चर. आई थिंक आई एम क्लियर. So pass means we are required to do the coding. Yes, Rishika, you have to just what you say, write the code for your application. For example, जैसे website थी, अभी example दिया था, you have to just write the code for the website, and all of the runtime environment, the infrastructure would be provided by the cloud.
But even I think then Saksham, there is no need to write code about managing the services and doing that thing. I think Rishika is asking about that part. Ki, beside the application, we need not to.
ओके आई गॉट दैट. सी ऋषिका, अगर वेबसाइट आपको होस्ट करनी है तो ऑब्वियसली आपको वो कोडिंग तो करनी पड़ेगी. एज मैं आई एम सेइंग कि क्लाउड में स्पेसिफिक कोडिंग रिक्वायर्ड नहीं होती है. ऑब्वियसली आपको वेबसाइट बनानी है तो उसमें कोडिंग तो रिक्वायर्ड होगी ना. दैट्स वाई क्लाउड ऑफर्स द सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, यू कुड गो डायरेक्टली टू द क्लाउड एंड से okay, I want these features in my website, and the cloud would have the website made for you. So you don't need to hello, am I audible? I think hello, I'm audible. Rishika, still there's a lag, or it's fine? Okay, just a second, guys. Sorry for that interruption. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, Saksham, you are audible.
Okay, really sorry, guys. I think network issue बहुत हो रहा है यहाँ पर. So where were we? Just a second. आई थिंक अक्षता का था प्राइवेट क्लाउड वाला जो फीचर था. अक्षता वो सिर्फ बेसिकली बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और बिग एमएनसीज के यूज होता है टू प्रोवाइड एन एक्स्ट्रा सिक्योरिटी फीचर्स. So there is no security breach in that. And Rashika, as far as your question is considered, you can go for the SAS service of the cloud. You just need to specify the cloud platform about what type of website you want, what features you want. All of the coding stuff would be done by the cloud platform only, and it would be provided to you. So you don't have to code in that also. Yeah, okay. The private cloud needs to be managed by the organization, but the management was an issue solved by the cloud, and then why they need it. Yes, Tia. यही एक डिसएडवांटेज है प्राइवेट क्लाउड का. ये भी एक डिसएडवांटेज है कि उन्हें मैनेज करना पड़ेगा. बट अब वही जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल दिया, अब बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंशियल डेटा होता है, बहुत ज़्यादा प्राइवेट प्रिवेसी इश्यूज आ सकते हैं अगर कोई बहुत व्हाट यू से कॉन्फिडेंशियल डेटा आप किसी पब्लिक क्लाउड में होस्ट कर दो, क्योंकि आपको पता नहीं कि वो सर्वर कहाँ पर है, किस कंट्री में है. AWS में मैंने जैसे बोला था 25 डेटा सेंटर वो ऑल अराउंड द ग्लोब प्रेजेंट है. अब वो पता नहीं कि वो आपका जो डेटा है वो किस लोकेशन में प्रेजेंट है. सो वहाँ पर थोड़े सिक्योरिटी के इश्यूज आते हैं. हाँ, प्राइवेट क्लाउड में मैनेज करना पड़ता है, गुड, दैट्स एन इशू विद दैट. सो बट इट्स मोस्टली यूज बाय बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्हें अपनी सिक्योरिटी मेंटेन करना पड़ता है, मिलिट्री सिस्टम एज आई सेड यू बिफोर. सो या Himakshi saying, so we have to pay to use this cloud platforms, right? Yes, Himakshi. Actually, you have to pay only for the resources that you use. Obviously, AWS आपको सर्वर्स रेंट कर रहा है तो आप obviously आपको पे करना पड़ेगा. But that the amount that you pay is much cheaper rather than buying your own servers, own data center. Cost बहुत कम हो जाता है, पर yeah, you have to pay. IAS, an example more. Okay, Shravanti, I was thinking to explain later on, but okay, I will explain you. IAS के example होते हैं S3, EC2 server. EC2 is like a server AWS provides. There is one more thing, S3 bucket storage. S3 is like the storage in which you can put your data and store in data in cloud. Other examples, S3, there is file management system in AWS in which you can store files, any particular files that you want to store. S3 में कोई भी unstructured data हो जाता है, store हो जाता है. So these are the IaaS examples. And one more example is networking. Networking भी आपको cloud platform provide करता है. That is, an example of IaaS. I think I'm clear. बाकी कल के सेशंस में I would be explaining all about this. कि कल is mostly about IaaS only. Okay, guys. Any more questions?
Saksham, we can proceed with the session.
Okay, great. So yeah, I was explaining you about the various the cloud platforms, and there are so many, but why we mostly focus on AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. AWS, it's like the most what you say सबसे पुराना cloud platform है. It was launched in 2006, and AWS since last 10 years is the best cloud provider. प्लस इसकी स्केलेबिलिटी बहुत होती है, अच्छी होती है यूजर्स की. व्हाट यू से cheap resources provide करता है, very inexpensive. One more thing is job opportunities. AWS offers a lot of job opportunities because as I said cloud में skilled professionals कम है, so but the job openings are there. Cloud providers need a lot of job openings. एज आई सेड मेरे लिंक्डइन में वो ऑप्शन ओपन है कि मुझे क्लाउड की सारी जॉब ओपनिंग्स नोटिफाई हो जाता है. मुझे सारी जो जॉब ओपनिंग्स है, ईच एंड एवरी डे आई गेट 30 जॉब ओपनिंग्स इन AWS स्पेसिफिकली in India, and all of them are provided by one cloud platform, AWS only. So yeah, one good very major advantage of learning AWS and implementing the services or AWS is that you have a very what do you say good scope in the further future in the industry. Second is the Google Cloud. Google Cloud also provides you good features, but it is not that much, what you say, good or that much, not that much scalable and provide that much of resources as compared to AWS. So Google Cloud is mostly used by, to manage big data. For example, company का बहुत सारा data है, बहुत, उनके कहीं store करना है, the service करना है, they should go for Google Cloud. Google Cloud offers very good features for, when it comes to big data. That is about Google Cloud. Microsoft Azure, okay, after Amazon Web Services, I can say Microsoft Azure is the most popular one. Obviously, it offers various services, various resources, good scaling features, cheap prices. But as compared to AWS, I think there is no one in the picture. So that's why we are focusing कि ठीक है AWS कराते हैं, because you would have a better hand in industry than your fellow peers. क्योंकि AWS के लिए, as I said, job openings बहुत, even in this pandemic I get so much job openings in India only, not all of the world. So yeah, this is a one good example, one good what do you say advantage of AWS. All
So,
of
so my
these
question,
clouds.
are GCP, AWS, and Azure similar, or they have any major difference?
Okay, sir. That is a really good question. See, each and every cloud platform provides more or less the same services. Uh, जो basic services हो, वो तो each and every cloud platform provides. Amazon provides EC2 service. सर्विस प्रोवाइड करता है. गूगल क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म में बस नाम चेंज कर देता है. इट्स लाइक गूगल वर्चुअल मशीन. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एज्योर में इट्स लाइक माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्चुअल मशीन. जो बेसिक सर्विसेज हैं वो तो सेम होती हैं ईच एंड एवरी क्लाउड प्रोवाइडर की. इट्स लाइक कि वो आपको कैसे प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, उनकी कॉस्ट क्या है, उनकी अवेलेबिलिटी क्या है. AWS of availability is like 9 times 9. It's like 99.9 times 9% available, that much efficient. So AWS offers high availability. Plus SLA agreements होते हैं. SLA agreements क्या होते हैं कि whenever the customer uses the services of any cloud platform, they have an agreement कि if by chance AWS से that much availability provide नहीं कर पाया जितना वो बोल रहा है, तो AWS would pay the users for that deficiency. And AWS के SLA is very good compared to other cloud platforms. सबके मोर और लेस सर्विसेज सेम होते हैं, बट इट्स लाइक प्राइसिंग आ जाता है, स्केलिंग आ जाता है, दैट कम्स इनटू पिक्चर, प्लस जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज आ जाती हैं, एज आई सेड बिफोर. So yeah, that's why AWS is the best cloud platform, and it's awarded the best cloud platform from the last 10 years. So that's the major what you say advantage, and that's the major differences between these the cloud platforms. So yeah, this was basics of cloud, and first we learned about what were the problems that occurred before cloud, how cloud in the introduction of cloud helped solve the all those problems. Then we focused on the features of the cloud, ubiquitous available from everywhere, availability hota hai, 24/7 resources available hote hain, pay as you go feature, easy to use, all of these. Then we focus on the deployment, private cloud is like company has organization has their own data center, उसमें cloud environment configure करते हैं, and it's available for your own what do you say employees. Private cloud is mostly used by big MNCs, big organization, especially what do you say, and hybrid cloud is like the both combining the features of both public cloud and private cloud, but it's really tough to implement. Then we focus on सर्विस मॉडल्स कि क्या क्या सर्विसेज क्लाउड प्रोवाइड करता है. IaaS होता है, सिर्फ उसमें सिर्फ अंडरलाइंग हार्डवेयर, अंडरलाइंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइड होता है. देन वी गो टू प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, उसमें अंडरलाइंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ साथ आपको रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट भी प्रोवाइड होता है. सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस में आपको पूरी एप्लीकेशन, आपको पूरा कोड ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन प्रोवाइड कर देता है. सो SAS में आपको कुछ मैनेज नहीं करना होता. प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस में आपको सिर्फ कोड ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन लिखनी पड़ती है एंड मैनेज करनी पड़ती है. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस में आपको रन टाइम इन्वायरमेंट मैनेज करना पड़ता है, कोड फॉर द एप्लीकेशन मैनेज करना पड़ता है, ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम मैनेज करना पड़ता है. So that is all about the service model. Then we focus on cloud providers that more or less each and every cloud platform provides scaling किसकी अच्छी है, ऐसा ज़्यादा बेटर ऑफर करता है, किसी की किस क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म की अवेलेबिलिटी ज़्यादा बेटर है, कॉस्ट, प्राइसेस, जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. So these were the basics of the cloud. So I thought brushing the concept of cloud would be much important rather than jumping directly into it. AWS जब practical session होगा so that would be much beneficial and you could understand in a much better way. So yeah, this was all from my side. If anyone has any question, I am the happiest person to answer that. So yeah, please do shoot. Just a second, guys. Okay. Vamshi is asking how we can use this. Okay. But how they are managing by okay. Vamshi, consider a case जब क्लाउड नहीं था, तो हमारी कंपनी थी, हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन थी, हमारा डेटा सेंटर था, तो हमें पूरी अपनी क्या बोलते हैं, पूरी टीम डेडिकेट करनी पड़ती थी डेटा सेंटर को, जो लुक आफ्टर द डेटा सेंटर टू मैनेज द सर्वर्स. नाउ इट्स लाइक AWS की खुद की टीम मेंटेन करेंगे वो पर्टिकुलर डेटा सेंटर को. सो इट्स लाइक अब वो खुद मैनेज कर रहे हैं, वो खुद टेम्परेचर देख रहे हैं कि सही है नहीं सर्वर्स का. इफ एनी सर्वर इज डाउन बाय एनी चांस, इट शुड बी अप एंड रनिंग एज सून एज पॉसिबल. सो जो काम हम पहले कर रहे थे बिफोर द इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ क्लाउड, इट्स डन बाय द क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म AWS एंड गूगल क्लाउड. सो या, Sangeet is asking, can you brief about what we are going to learn in Comedix? Yes, Sangeet, just go to a website. It's written there day-wise, but tomorrow we will S3 and IAM. EC2 is like the server, S3 is the storage bucket in which you put all the contents, and IAM is the identity access management which gives authorization to the users. We would be learning about it in detail in later sections. So that's the second day. Third day, we would be learning about VPC, the virtual private cloud. We would be learning about the subnets, EC2, RDS, databases कैसे connect हो रहे हैं, how you can connect it
I
to the
think
local
Saksham has
MySQL.
explained. हाँ,
Yes.
Saksham, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're
Am I
audible.
audible? Sir?
But tomorrow we S3 and IAM. EC2 is like the server, S3 is the storage bucket is the identity access management, which gives authorization to the users. We will be learning about it in detail data section. Hello, am I audible, sir? I think my voice is lagging a bit.
Now it is there.
It's there? Okay. Oh, great. So yeah, I think Sangeet, you could just go to your website and check about what we would be teaching in coming days. From tomorrow, it would be complete practical sessions, hands-on sessions. Okay. Next question, please. Rahul is asking, so they required still a manpower which is managed by AWS organization. Yes, Rahul, AWS का काम ही यही है कि आपको सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करें. तो बैकएंड में सिर्फ वही उनकी टीम ही मैनेज करती है. उनका एट द एंड काम यही है कि यूजर्स को हम रिसोर्सेज प्रोवाइड करें. जो मैनेजमेंट ऑफ द रिसोर्सेज होना चाहिए, इट वुड बी डन बाय द AWS ओनली. सो AWS के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ही प्रोवाइड करता है. तो AWS in itself is a cloud platform, तो वो खुद की टीम होगी जो मैनेज करेगी अपने डेटा सेंटर्स को, all of that. As a producer, as a manufacturer, you don't have to worry about that. One is asking, should we make an AWS account. Okay, Varun, we would be telling you about how you can make an AWS Educate account, not AWS account, because you would be requiring a credit card for that. And अगर गलती से instance खुली रहेगी तो there's a lot of cost that you have to pay. So it's a free account in AWS Educate. We would be surely telling about that. Okay, Rishabh is asking, sir, can we say that if 100 company creating their own server, it's hard to manage, but after coming to cloud, those are store in one server and so called AWS. Oh, all of the 100 companies' data is not stored in one server, Rishabh. I told you about AWS has 25 data centers. अलग अलग सर्वर्स में स्टोर होते हैं तो हाँ वो सारा मैनेज वही करता है AWS ही करता है.
Let
What
me
is server and
let me talk
how?
about guys. Let me talk about server. Server is something which we are going to deploy in next 2 days. Okay, in our upcoming sessions, we are going to deploy a small website which is basically on the AWS, and that part we call the server. Okay, so server is this that particular thing. So I think you don't need to take care about server. Okay, we will show all the live demos in these sessions only. Okay, and we will share a Google Doc, or so in tomorrow's session we will tell you how to make the AWS account so that you can make one. Any other doubt, guys? How to implement uh, AWS application in the field of library services? In upcoming, in upcoming sessions we are going to integrate AWS with some of the, we are going to deploy website, we are going to deploy some network and all. That time hopefully, we will tell you this how to implement this. Or any other doubt, guys? If no, so can we end up with the session, guys? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
then, yes,
It was really
sir,
good. Okay,
okay.
once so we will have
Yes,
project
yes.
based learning or just
It will be
Noah
project
from.
based learning
Okay,
from
sir. One
tomorrow.
second.
From tomorrow, we are going to start with the project. Okay, we will learn 2 or 3 services in the session only, and then again move to the project. This will be continued till next 3 days. Okay, day 2, day 3, day 4. We will make 3 projects simultaneously by learning new, you know, services of EC2. So this is not only theoretical; it will be project-based learning as well. Any other doubt? Amazing session. Thank you, everyone. Uh, Thank you for applauding this. Attendance. Saksham is sharing a Google form or a LinkedIn post. Guys, do show some support to Saksham. He is one of the new mentor with Broad Mark. Okay, and I think it was a awesome session today, as students are saying.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
It was great
and
having you all.
hope. Okay, okay. So let's close this session. End this session over here only. If you have any doubt, you can reach us on Telegram or on WhatsApp group. If some of you are not, on WhatsApp group till now, they can join. Links are in the description. So let's close the session. Attendance will be shared on your on your respective groups of AWS. So if you are not there, you can join that. Okay, I think so. Let's close the session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and
Oh,
have a nice
thank you,
day.
everyone. It was great having you.